Is the UFC in decline? Do people care like they used to when y'all was in it? And do you think the fighters was greater when y'all was in it, when you was in it to what it is now?
You know what, fighting was different when I was in. Like, we all had different personalities. Y'all remember Chuck Liddell used to wear Iceman shorts. Tito used to have the flame on his shorts. I had the camouflage shorts, and everybody had their own different flavor and style. Now they all got the same uniform, and you know what I'm saying? And
took away personality.
They took away personality. Everybody look alike and looks, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard to stand out. So I think that's the part that's different. But now I think some of the fighters got more skills. They doing crazier moves. You know what I'm saying? They doing spinning elbows and doing all these different stuff. Like, it's evolving like that. And Conor McGregor took it to the next level. He kind of made MMA like a household thing. And you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of good things and bad things. I think the fighters are making more money now than what we was making and stuff like that. And that's a natural progression of shit. You know, you guys remember back in the damn 70s, the NBA, the NBA guys, they wasn't getting it. They wasn't getting it. And now, you know, now they're
getting $52 million a year and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's where I think MMA is heading now. Hopefully is you know, being like where the top 1% can get paid like the top 1% in boxing. Yeah, but it's not the same.
No,
it's not the same.
It just seemed like it was way bigger. Like the matches, it was more people was more tuned in. You knew like you said, once the personalities die. Y'all had a lot of legends in there.
Yeah, they killed it. And you know what? This is fucking crazy too. Like, I feel like that shit's my fault because I had this manager from England. He's a fucking idiot. I ended up firing the motherfucker because whole other thing. But you know, UFC stole my Reebok deal. That's why I left.
Oh, well, how did that happen?
Well, Reebok was wanting to sponsor me. They was going to sponsor me, and Dana White was like, "Oh no, you can't wear Reebok. We don't have a relationship with Reebok." I was like, "Well, you don't got a relationship with my other motherfucking sponsors. Why you care about Reebok? Because they was going to be the biggest thing in the UFC." And
they was coming to get you for how much?
Well, they hurt me. They hurt me for a couple mil right there with that deal. That's what I'm saying. I made more money off endorsements now streaming.
Right.
Then that Reebok shit probably could have changed. I probably supposed to make a couple million off that, but Reebok they savage for doing the shit too anyway. But so Reebok liked that. Oh, we getting more press from not being able to sponsor you than we will sponsor you. So they did a deal with them. But months earlier, my fucking dumbass manager go to the UFC and tell them like, hey, let's start this whole program where, you know what I'm saying, all the fighters are sponsored by, you know, the whole package thing that they did.
But he went against you.
He went against me. And then they took my Reebok deal, and that's what started the whole thing. That's why they had to wear the whole kits and stuff like that. So then that's why I was like, I pieced out from UFC, and the UFC tried to act like I retired and everything. I went to this lesser, you know, show called Bellator.
Right.
They paid me more money than the UFC.
Right.
And so I got the bag, but nobody knew I went there because they wasn't as popular as the UFC.
Right.
And so they painted the picture like I retired.
Right.
And I was like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all took my Reebok sponsor. I was salted for a couple of years, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
you gotta move on.
Yeah, I went to Bellator. I made a bag, but I was making money off pay-per-view. I was making money, but you know, people started powering and streaming pay-per-view, so that shit was going down.